Well, after Tuesday's debate, John Huntsman is now a force to be reckoned with, is something I won't be saying. Nope, the Republican presidential showdown, the 54th this year, was all about Mitt and Rick bickering.
And so I'm afraid, I'm looking forward to finding your facts on that, because that just doesn't...
I'll tell you what the facts are.
Rick, again...
You had the word...
I'm speaking. I'm speaking.
The newspaper...
I'm speaking.
Time for you to tell the truth.
You get 30 seconds.
Time for you to tell the truth.
The way the rules work here is that I get 60 seconds.
Well, no, but the American people
and then you
want
get
the
30
truth.
seconds to respond, right?
And that was over whether Captain Crunch tastes better than Crunch Berries. We know what the answer to that. Anyway, Perry attacked Romney for hiring illegals. We know about that. And well, let's face it, the totally gorgeous candidate denied it. And Romney picked on Perry in terms I can understand, namely basketball.
Governor Perry, you say you've got the experience. It's a bit like saying that, the college coach that's lost 40 games in a row has the experience to go to the NFL.
But it wasn't just Perry and Romney. Other candidates got a chance to speak about Perry and Romney.
Herman Cain, you're tied with Governor Romney in some of the polls for the top leadership position right now. Are they the ones, or either Governor Perry or Governor Romney, are they the ones who should be president?
Oh, hey. Meanwhile, Michelle Bachmann demonstrated her familiarity with certain ad campaigns.
I am thrilled to be able to be with you tonight in Las Vegas, and this is one night when I hope what happens in Vegas doesn't stay in Vegas.
She learned everything from Captain Stooping. But ultimately, the debate came down to apples and oranges.
Are you saying that the state sales tax will also go away?
No, that's an apple.
Okay.
We are replacing a bunch of oranges.
Okay.
He was mixing apples and oranges. Governor Romney, you're doing the same thing that they're doing. You're mixing apples and oranges. That's apples and oranges.
Fine.
Yes.
And I'm going to be getting a bushel basket that has apples and oranges in it.
That was actually, there was 20 minutes of apples and oranges discussion, but we shortened it down to 20 seconds.
That's what we do.
That's what we do.
You're welcome, America.
Dennis, you live in Europe, which is a small village outside Ontario. How closely is Europe following the GOP race at this point? What do people like?
I'm following it from a distance of about 3,500 miles.
Yes.
And it's, no, they don't even think there's an election going on. It's just Obama, doing Obama stuff.
And they assume he's going to be reelected?
Yeah, of course, yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah, absolutely. The same way they're ready to, elect a black head of state in Europe.
Yeah.
Because they're such advanced.
Yes, yes.
Sophisticated.
Andrea, Perry and Romney are getting personal. Is that wise to be that aggressive?
No, I think they both came off looking bad last night. Romney lost his cool, and he never loses his cool. Some people are trying to spin this saying, well, it's good he finally showed some emotion.
Yeah.
But I think it looked really petty. I think it probably turned off a lot of female voters. But Rick Perry did bring himself back into the game, which was important for him to do. I still think he did it in a really tacky way.
Yeah, it's just weird. I'm very, very, very much for these debates because it's a way for people to get out there without spending any money. And at the same time, they're not very good. Matt, when Romney touched Perry on the shoulder, was that a kind of a passive-aggressive thing? Were you surprised he didn't, flip him off, or what would you have done?
Me? I probably just gave him a pat in the ass, like, oh, thanks, buddy. It was to me, it was kind of nice. I think it was showing that they were kind of friends. I think they were both losers, though, coming out of this debate. I think the biggest winner was Obama. I mean, I think he's sitting back in his rocking chair watching everybody on stage basically destroy each other. And if we keep having these debates, the only winner is Obama in my mind. I mean, how does anybody win in this?
His advertising team was the real winner.
Yeah.
They just took clips of that and just started cutting ads, making money.
Matt, rocking chair? What kind of stereotype is that?
It's a new one. What, is he in a jug band? Does he have a corn cob pipe? Has he got his couch on his porch? We're mixing some stereotypes
I don't know
here.
what you were talking about. This isn't the Waltons. Bill, you've been studying presidential elections for 35 years.
Yes.
How important are these debates?
Very important, and unfortunately very boring. Here's what I got from the debate. Lots of arm touching, which resulted in some verbal jabs. Here's what I wanted from the debate. Lots of arm touching, which will result in physical jabs, and then them rolling around on the floor, wrestling, and all of a sudden it erupts into a hardcore makeout session. That's what we call ratings. And you know who would be the big winner in this? Anderson Cooper. For reasons I won't discuss.
He looks obvious. I did get to hear one thing I never thought I'd hear in one of these debates. I got to hear Michelle Bachmann say, "I love being here in Las Vegas with you," which
Yeah.
Which was really touching.
Yeah, you know.
Well, she was trying to
Suddenly,
convert Siegfried
I was
to Roy.
there. Yeah, right.
And she thought she was successful.
It is a Mormon community.
All right. Do you have a comment on the show? Email us. It's redeye@foxnews.com. To leave a voicemail, my direct line, it's 212-462-5050. Still to come, the halftime report from TV's Andy Levy. Jerk.
Tonight's halftime report is sponsored by water sledding, that recreational activity whereby one or more sled passengers are towed over a large body of water via motorboat. Thanks, water sledding.